Now that I'm actually standing over the chicken with a knife in my hand, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous because watching somebody else kill a chicken is way easier than actually killing it yourself. So I'm getting a little bit nervous, but I take a deep breath and I start going as fast as I can, but this chicken is shaking, making it harder, and now blood is spilling all over my feet. I keep going, I almost made it through the neck, but then Now, this story takes place back in Tanzania. I was living at my grandma's house, and grandma owned 20 acres of land with like 3 different farms on it. So that means chores, well, they're just part of daily activities. So one morning, as usual, doing my chores, I was in the hen house, feeding the chickens, when I noticed one of the hens was acting kinda sus. It wasn't running to the food like the others were. Maybe it wasn't hungry, didn't think much of it. But later during the day, I see the same chicken just sitting there for like 5 minutes in the same spot. So now I'm like, okay, something going on. I get closer to scare the chicken so it can run away, but the chicken is just walking slowly. Wait, is that a limp I see? You're limping, my guy? I know what I'm having for dinner tonight. Now here's the chicken situation, alright? My grandma owned these chickens. These weren't your chickens for your Sunday night dinner. Nah, she kept them alive so they can produce these little tiny things called eggs. So the only chicken we could eat were those cheaper ones from the chicken farms, you know, the ones with the antibiotics and stuff. And even then, we'd eat those once every 3 weeks. But from time to time, if there happened to be a celebration or a guest in the house, Grandma let us pick from a selection of healthy, free-range chickens for us to partake. Though waiting from time to time wasn't satisfactory to the impatient. But not to worry, there was a loophole in Grandma's chicken constitution that states, if a chicken is to be found ill, too unhealthy to be treated by modest means, they shall then find purification by the sword of death. So there was my perfect opportunity, just limping around. Right away, I rushed to Grandma, the chicken boss, and I was like, hey, Bibi, remember when you told us to let you know when a chicken is sick? Well, I saw one limping around, and I think that might qualify it as, too unhealthy.
Is that so?
Yes. So, does that mean we purify it?
I'll think about it. Embu nenda kamonyeshe Davero.
So right away, I went to tell the nanny. Well, she's actually more like a sister who lives with us and gets paid to help around the house and take care of me. So I took her to show her the chicken, also known as dinner, and I did the same thing. Tried to scare the chicken away. And just like before, the chicken would just limp around. Didn't my eyes. Looking at her, she seemed to be thinking the same thing. So I went on my day, finishing the chores, and expecting to eat some chicken tonight. So, as the sun went down and the charcoal fire was lit, I started making my way around the kitchen. Because if we're gonna eat chicken tonight, now's good time as any to start cooking it. But I don't see any chicken parts laying around, so I'm like, hey, Davero, what's for dinner tonight? I don't see, feathers laying around.
Yes, that's because I'm not cooking chicken, but food is ready.
I couldn't tell you exactly what we had for dinner that night, but it was definitely not chicken. It was now 2 days later since the chicken situation, and I'd lost all hope of eating chicken. I put it all behind me. It was time to move on, I was at my neighbor's house playing football, and then all of a sudden I hear,
Alme, njoo hapa, bibi nakuita.
It was Davero calling me, but I'm pretending like I didn't hear her because I ain't trying to start playing football. But then I hear,
tunaenda kuchinja kuku.
Now I'm like, wait, did she say chicken? That's what I heard. So I rushed to her and she says,
Bibi told us to kill the chicken.
I'm like, okay, so where's Uncle Fido?
Hayupo hapa.
Wait, so who's gonna kill the chicken?
Usiniangalie mimi sigusi kuku, napika tu.
Now usually, killing chicken or anything in that realm, that was a job reserved for males. My uncles, older brothers, guys. And out of the 3 of us, if my math is correct, I was the only guy left in the house, so the responsibility fell onto me. Davero wasn't gonna do it, and Grandma, well, she's retired. And I was actually a little bit excited because now I get to kill my first chicken, you know? Get to become a man. And it wasn't like I didn't know what to do. I've essentially been preparing my whole life to do this. Because every time one of my uncles would go kill a chicken, I was right there, taking notes. It was basically, if you will, secondhand slaughtering. I mean, sometimes I would even hold the chicken's head. So I was good. I'd taken a whole course, just needed to pass this final to graduate. It wasn't hard at all to catch a chicken. If anything, the chicken was slower. So we caught the chicken. I was getting the chicken ready, reviewing the notes. I was thinking, okay, I already tied the legs. Now I gotta step on the wings so the chicken is secure. And now just pull the head back and get the knife, okay. Now that I'm actually standing over the chicken with a knife in my hand, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous because watching somebody else kill a chicken is way easier than actually killing it yourself. So I'm getting a little bit nervous, but I take a deep breath and I go for it. So I start getting the chicken's neck, but I'm thinking, why is the skin so hard? I'm trying, but the knife is kinda slipping. Damn, I forgot to take the feathers out of the neck. Davera's like,
Do it quick.
now the chicken is bleeding and I haven't cut all the way through, so I'm feeling bad for the chicken because this is taking way longer than it's supposed to. I start going as fast as I can, but this chicken is shaking, making it harder, and now blood is spilling all over my feet. I keep going, I almost made it through the neck, but then I panicked and let the chicken go. Who said dead chickens can't fly? We got to the back of the henhouse and I saw the dead chicken lying there. I low-key felt kind of sad, because I should have taken the whole head off. Nah, I'm just kidding. But killing an animal does something to you. At least for me, it made me appreciate the gift the chicken left behind.